So today I'm going to create a look only using drugstore products, and in the process of picking up these products I stumbled upon some new favorites of mine, so I'm excited. And yeah. So I'm going to start with my brows first using the Hard Candy Brow Ink Detailer pen in the shade Dark. Before I start, I'm just going to brush my brows into place. I'm going to try to make little brush like strokes. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm loving. You can really get brush-like strokes with this pen. This is amazing. So, and I'm gonna play the game and match that brow to this brow. A little shaky in between. Oops, oops, abort, mission abort. I cannot tell if these brows are somewhat matching or, ooh, I found something right there. The concealer I'm going to be using for this makeup look and also to prepare my eyelids is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and I picked up the shade Golden Amber. I'm not going to apply it directly onto the lid. I'm going to take some of the product and apply it to the back of my hand, and then I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques concealer brush. I'm going to take some of that product and just work that onto my lid. See how that shade just perfectly matches my skin tone? Well, maybe not, it's a little bit yellow, but I love the shade. I should have done this before, but I'm gonna just clean up under my brow real quick. And I'm using the ColourPop E3 brush. And I'm just gonna clean up right under my brow. So the concealer is on, and I have got to say, like, it is very sticky. I was just looking up and my lid was legit stuck to my upper lid, and I had to kind of force my lids down. But setting your eyelid is going to minimize that problem. For powder, I have picked up the Maybelline Fit Me Translucent Powder. I have never used this before, but I have heard and have seen over YouTube that people seem to like this powder. So, yep, let me give this a try. As always, I'm using my big old Sonia Kashuk blending brush. So I'm just taking that Maybelline Fit Me powder just all over my lid, just to make sure the concealer is not sticky anymore, so I can just glide and slide the eyeshadow all over my lid. So for my eyes, I will be using the Paradise Enchanted eyeshadow palette from L'Oreal, and I'm super excited about this one because even though these colors seem like they are in your everyday palette, there's just something about this shade of pink, or even the shimmers. The shimmers are beautiful in this palette. With the Morphe M518, I'm just gonna grab this. Well, I would like to give you the name of the shade, but unfortunately, it does not have a name. It's just number 8, but it looks like this. It's a very, very nice brown. And I'm just gonna, yeah, start working that all into my crease. I picked up a little bit more onto my brush, and I'm just gonna layer the shade. It's a very nice transition color. Next, I'm going to be grabbing this Morphe M513 brush and dipping that into the shade number 9. So I'm gonna take that color and just place that right directly underneath the first color I just applied. Put a little bit more onto my brush. I have this piece of dry skin that's just sitting on my lid, letting me know that my skin is dry AF and I'm just getting older. So just pretend like you do not see this dry spot on my lid. I tried everything, it just has a life of its own. It will never disappear, but it's okay. I can work with that. I just applied a little bit more onto the brush, and I'm just keep blending, taking that brush that I applied the first color with, and I'm just going over that one just a little bit, like that. For the next shade, I'm going to be using the Luxe Crease Brush from Zoeva, and I'm going to be taking the darkest brown of the Paradise Enchanted palette, and I'm going to put a little bit onto the tip of the brush. I'm really not trying to drag this brown up any further. I really just want it to stay right here. I'm going to be switching brushes to blend between those two shades because I'm really scared to take this big old brush and blend it up further and I'm gonna regret it all. All right, I'm going to be using the Sigma E25 blending brush, which should work perfectly. And I'm just gonna try to stay right in this area right here where those two shades meet, just to kind of feather it out and just blend it. For the next shade, I'm finally going to get to dip into this really pretty pink shade right here. And I'm going to be using a Zoeva pencil brush. And after I apply the eyeshadow, I'm going to take my Hydration Mist by Honest, this one right here. I'm going to give it a quick shake and then I'm going to just wet my brush a little bit. I just put some more onto my brush. You know what? Let me try to apply this without the spray. You know what? Let me zoom you in. Hello. I'm trying to bring it up a little bit more. So I applied this part wet again. Just checking because I do think I prefer to apply these metallic shimmering shades out of this palette without the spray, which is weird because usually it's the other way around, but these are so much easier to apply when dry. So yeah, just don't even wet your brush. Scratch what I said. Next, I'm going to be taking a flat brush and I'm going to dip into this dark shimmery brown right here. And I will place that one right on the end of my eyelid. I'm going to take this Morphe M506 brush and just lightly kind of go over that spot. For my eyes, I'm going to be using the one and only, my OG, my absolutely favorite Drugstore liquid eyeliner, and that is the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. I have been using this one for years, even though I have a whole lot of high-end eyeliners, but I always come back to this one. This one gets the job done. It's my favorite, and yeah. This has been the easiest I have ever applied eyeliner on. Let's go ahead and play another game. Match this eyeliner onto this eye right here. I will definitely lose because, yeah, because it never goes the way you want it to go. So I'm gonna let the eyeliner dry and then I will take my favorite Ardell wispies ever, and these are the 600 wispies. They are kind of more spaced out and I'm loving that look. So I will take these and apply these off camera using my Duo eyelash glue, and I will be right back. So the lashes are applied and I'm going to put some mascara on a bit later. But next I'm going to be moving over to foundation, which I'm kind of curious about because I'm not really a foundation girl, and I hope that this right here kind of matches me. I don't know, they didn't have a too big of a shade range. So yeah, let's try it out. But this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk, a nourishing foundation with coconut milk and aloe extract. So it sounds all types of good to me. So yeah, let's see how this one works out. Oh my gosh, this is hecka annoying, but my battery died per use. I really have to get like a second, third, and fourth battery for this Canon camera. It died, so I'm using my iPhone camera. My apologies. I'm trying to get better. Forgive me. But anywho, let me move over to my Skin Milk foundation, and yeah, let's go. Let's see. I'm gonna apply some onto my hand. For application, I'm going to be using my Zoeva Silk Finish foundation brush, and I'm just gonna take some of the product and apply it to my face. I feel like this is my shade. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? I did not wipe my under eye area clean. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and just clean that area of my face where I had a little bit of fallout. I feel like this is super thin, which I'm very thankful for. So I feel like I can use more of this foundation. It doesn't even feel like a foundation. It's basically like a tinted moisturizer. This has a very nice finish. Like, it makes my skin look so much better. I am so happy that I found this product as well. Like, look at me just picking all the right products. So next I'm going to be using, again, the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. So I'm gonna start applying the concealer on one side first and blending it out before I move over to the other one, because I feel like this concealer right here is like super ultra fast drying, and once it's dried, I feel like it's very hard or difficult to move the concealer. I'm gonna apply some of the concealer onto my hand first. I'm gonna grab my Real Techniques concealer brush and shizzle that on. Shizzle? Is that the name? Shizzle? And then I'm gonna grab my Real Techniques beauty sponge and bounce over all of that concealer. Oops, here. Putting a little bit more of that concealer onto the back of my hand, I'm going to take the same concealer brush, kind of concealing on my chin. Then these little sides right here. Take some more concealer, and then I'm gonna apply a little bit of that concealer right onto the lower part of my forehead, just a little bit. And then I bounce the beauty sponge all over that area just to, you know, blend it out. To set under my eye area, I will use, again, the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder, and I'm just gonna use a clean Zoeva highlighting brush, but I'm gonna just use it for my under eye area. Apply some of the powder, and I'm like really happy with the finish of this powder. Like, I really, really like it. So next, I'm finally moving back over to the Paradise Enchanted eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be taking the darkest shade out of that palette onto a Morphe M506 brush. And yeah, and I'm going to be working myself from darkest shade to lightest shade under my eye. With the same Morphe M506 brush, I'm going to take a little bit of that pink shade, just a little bit, just a tad, and work that into the outer corner of my lower lid. And next, using the same Morphe M506 brush, I'm going to take some of that first brown that I have used and apply that directly right here. To line my lower lash line with, I'm going to be using a Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner. This is a brown one. I had it forever, and I'm just going to be lining my lower lashes with this one. Before I move on to anything else, such as contouring and blush and mascara, I do have to take my Honest Hydration Mist and just give my face a very good and juicy spray over, because all this powder is making my skin feel very, very dry, and yeah, we don't want that. For my lashes, I will be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. Don't you just love a fresh new tube of mascara? There's not one single pretty way to apply mascara without being all, so I'm just gonna fast forward this part. So for my contour, I will be using the Revolution Fast Base Concealer in the shade C14. I will be using this dark concealer as a contour product because I just could not find a creamy contour stick or just a creamy contour product at the drugstore. I'm really into cream products for contour. I dislike powders for my contour, so I just picked up this right here. It's an excellent shade, and yeah, let me give this one here a try. I'm gonna put that product directly onto the back of my hand. I'm going to be using my highlight brush that I had used for my powder. I kind of cleaned it, it's fine. So I'm gonna take this, dip it into the product, and kind of dilute it on another part of my hand because I'm very scared of what I'm about to do. But yeah, here we go. This is actually working out pretty great. So I'm gonna take my beauty sponge because I'm very scared of disturbing everything else with that brush. It's working very well though. It's really kind of, I wouldn't say melt into the skin, but kind of melts into the skin, if that makes sense. I did not apply any more of that product onto this brush. I'm just using whatever is left over to apply under my chin. I'm gonna take some of the same concealer I just used onto a ColourPop E13 brush, and I'm gonna take the product and dab it off onto a clean part of my hand. I just wanna make sure most of that product is off of this brush. I'm very lightly just going over this part. I'm gonna take my trusty sponge and just bounce on those two spots. Take a little bit of my CoverGirl Golden Amber concealer and apply that onto the bridge of my nose. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is not a straight line, but whatever. For blush, I'm going to be using Honest Beauty, the Cheek Cream Blush in the shade Rose Pink. For the application, I will be using the ColourPop 5F brush, and this is my favorite blush brush ever. I purposely picked a blush that is more pink toned because I do not possess any pink tone cream blushes. They're all more like orangey tinted, mauvey, red, brown, neutral, but never pink. And I'm going to be taking my damp beauty sponge again, and I'm going to dab all over the blush one more time, just kind of to try to blend it more into my skin. And then next for highlight, I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. After I had picked this up, I realized that you can actually add it to your foundation or to your lotion, face lotion, whenever you want some extra glow. I kind of did not know that. I thought it was straight up a highlight, which I'm going to be using completely as a highlight. I do like this product, but I don't think it packs the punch like a typical cream highlight would do. But this is all I have today, and I'm going to be making it work. So I'm gonna take the product and squeeze it onto my hand. I'm gonna use my finger and blend out the product. And then I'm just gonna plop it onto where I would like to have it. I guess it does give me some type of glow, but it's not ultra super glowy. So you can definitely layer this one, which I am going to be doing. Take some and put that right onto the bridge of my nose. I messed it up. I feel like I should have used a smaller brush to apply my nose highlight, but it's fine. Some on the temples right here. I'm gonna give everything one more spritz before I move over to my lipstick. Next for lips, I will use a combination of the Perfect Tone lipstick in the shade Sexy Siren, paired with NYX's Lingerie Push Up lipstick stick in the shade Bedtime Flirt. And on top, I will put Revlon Smoke Peach. There's no need to concentrate on the inner part of my lips because I'm going to be layering other products on top, which is the NYX Lingerie Push Up lipstick. And on top of that, I am going to pop some of this Smoke Peach. So I am done, I am finished. This is my full-faced makeup look using Drugstore products only. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye.